Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Bob Palmer, at-large member of the Rockledge Men's Club Board of Directors. Here with me today is Kevin Pasternack, president of our men's club. With the golf season about to begin soon, we are here to talk to you about all things Rockledge, our men's club, the golf course, and the Rockledge Grill, now in its first full year of operation. So Kevin, welcome, and let's begin with what is the purpose of our men's club? What are we all about?
Well, thanks, Bob, and thanks for having me here today. Really, when it comes right down to it, the men's club is really here to promote golf at Rockledge, to foster camaraderie and competitiveness amongst our members in tournaments and other clubs in the area. And of course, we maintain memberships in both the Connecticut State Golf Association as well as the United States Golf Association.
Mm-hmm. Great. All our tournaments are held at the Rockledge Golf Club here in West Hartford. We know firsthand, and it is one of the best maintained golf courses around. So Kevin, what makes Rockledge such a great golf venue?
Well, Bob, you're exactly right. We in town here can be very proud of the facility that we have out at Rockledge. And in fact, the second golf facility we have as well, Buena Vista, the 9-hole facility here in town.
I started there, shot 56 my first round.
I think we probably both did many years ago. But over at Rockledge, we've been very lucky to have Al Adaskevich as our superintendent for some 35 years, actually, and going into his 35th year. We've also been very, very fortunate with our professional staff in our golf shop with Rich Crow, who's also into his 35th year this year. His assistants, Andrew Calorian at 27 plus years, Bob Ellison, 13 years, and Kevin Smith at 15 plus years.
A lot of experience.
There's a tremendous amount of experience. And Al has not only Al, but he also has a great staff that maintains not only the tee boxes, the fairways, the rough, the greens, the bunker facilities at Rockledge. Year after year, the course is rated among not only amongst the best courses in the state of Connecticut, but certainly among the best public facilities in the state of Connecticut as well. And I know that you and I both know when we play out at Rockledge and have people out at Rockledge that aren't familiar with it, we hear nothing but compliments about the facility. The condition of the facility overall is just first class.
Great. So, for our viewers out there that are thinking of joining our men's club, how do they sign up and how do they get involved?
It's a great question, Bob. So I would suggest that they go directly to our website, which is rockledgemensclub.com. That's rockledgemensclub.com. There is an FAQ on there for new members that was put together to explain to them about the men's club, how you sign up for tournaments, how you can become involved. You can also reach out to the golf shop and talk to them. All of the board members' phone numbers are listed right on the website, along with many email addresses. And you can reach out to us, and myself or you, membership committee, anybody will certainly reach out to somebody that's interested in joining the men's club and help them out with the process. In addition, this year we're starting a new program, and that's where we'll have, as a new member joins, we will actually assign an existing member to mentor them, if you will, throughout the year, to help them, introduce them to people at the club, get them involved in the tournaments. We've heard from many new players, new to the game or new to the men's club, that either they don't have somebody to play with or they're a little intimidated. Well, a lot of our tournaments are designed for players of all levels. So we would encourage them to sign up, and that's the best way, certainly, that you can meet people within the men's club. In addition, as far as we have both adult memberships and we also have junior memberships. And a junior membership can be a high school student or any full-time college student, which is only $20 a year for that type of membership. And you get your full USGA handicap and you can play in all the events. And as far as membership in general, whether it's junior or full memberships, is open not only to town residents, but to out-of-town residents as well. We have tournaments basically almost every weekend throughout the year. There's 26 events. And then we also have a Tuesday and Friday club where there's about 40 players. Bob, I know you participate in that.
Sure,
that come out
absolutely.
on Tuesdays and Fridays and play. And I think you gather at the pro shop around 7:30 in the morning. And then Rich and his staff put together groups and you go out and play. So you don't have to know anybody to come down and play in that group. And And of course, there are prizes that are awarded in Pro Shop credit for that event, as well as all the other events that we play throughout the year.
Great, great. So you go to Rockledge, you go to rockledgemensclub.com. You could print off an application there.
Absolutely.
Or you could stop by the golf shop and get one there too, right?
That's exactly right.
Great. So we have a tournament schedule that you mentioned briefly that runs from April to November each golf season. Kevin, what types of events do we run, and what are the most popular ones?
Sure, sure. As I said, you said there's 26 events. Our season starts, well, our opener this year will start on April 28th. We have a breakfast meeting in the Rockledge Grill, great facility, which I would certainly encourage people to come out and frequent the Rockledge Grill. We'll follow that. That will be our meeting and breakfast, and we'll follow that with an event. It's called a scramble, where everybody hits a drive, and then you pick the best drive, and you hit from there, and you continue on.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun. You continue on until you've holed out. After the event, we'll have an awards presentation and hors d'oeuvres once again up in the Rockledge Grill, and we generally have in the area of 125 players that will come out and participate in that event. So that's just a great way to kick off the season, get the rust off, if you will, from those of us that haven't had the opportunity to go south and play in the winter. And then some of our other very popular events are ABCDs. We run 6 ABCDs throughout the year. And ABCD is what I referred to earlier, where you have different level of players, A players, B players, C players, D players. So the field is balanced, and every team has an equal shot, if you will, at winning.
I'm a C and D player, not so good. Kevin's a little better. Like
You're a very strong C player, Bob, I'd say. I'd have you on my team any day, for sure. But with the ABCD events, we run those once again throughout the year, but we also tie into it a Ryder Cup event. And that's really to encourage participation in the ABCD events. So by signing up in an ABCD event, you receive points, Ryder Cup points, just for signing up. Also how you finish. The top finishers in each event receive additional points. And then at the end of the year, we hold what we call the Rockledge Ryder Cup, where the top 36 players from the ABCDs throughout the year get put onto 2 teams, split up into 2 teams, and they play a Ryder Cup format. And one team, of course, is victorious over the other team. And it's turned into a great event year over year.
Oh, that's great. And it rewards a lot of the golfers for playing in all the tournaments all
Absolutely,
year.
absolutely. Some of our other popular events is we run 3 what we call rambles per year. We run a spring ramble, a summer ramble, and a fall ramble. Those are 27-hole events.
Very popular events.
They are members. They're flighted events, and you're playing match play as opposed to medal play, where for those of you that watch golf on TV and the pros are playing by stroke play, total score by stroke, match play is how you play by hole. And you play 3 9-hole matches, and they're flighted, as I said. Great events. Everybody really enjoys those formats. And of course, our club championships. And we run a couple of different club championships in July. We'll run our senior, Legends, and Masters club championships. That's a 36-hole stroke play event that's played on over one weekend, over a Saturday and Sunday. And then we'll come back with our club championship, if you will, in September. And we'll have our championship flight, which consists of the defending champion from the year before, along with 7 additional players that have qualified through a qualifying event. And in the championship flight, they will play match play, single elimination match play. And then we also have an A, a B, a C, and a D flight for the rest of people that are participating in the club championship. And they will play a 36-hole medal play event, and we will crown a champion in each of those flights. So we actually have several club champions throughout the year. In addition to that, what has become one of our premier events during the year is our member guest. That's an event that's held mid-September every year, and we bring in a field of about 100 people. So we're able to have 50-plus guests attend. The day starts with a luncheon at the Rockledge Grill. We go out, we play 18 holes, generally a best ball event. And then we'll come back to the grill, have some hors d'oeuvres, a dinner, and an awards banquet. And that event really does a few things for us here in town and to help benefit some charities as well. One, we're really showcasing our facility at the Rockledge golf course in town, and we bring guests in from all over New England, and certainly some people from different states as well, including as well as the local area. So it really exposes people to what Rockledge is all about, and the course itself. And once again, as we talked about earlier, we consistently at that event get comments of how people are so impressed with the facility, with the staff, the professionalism of the staff, that it's almost a private golf course experience at a public golf course facility.
And it's a great way for the members to play in a member guest that they have played in their friend's member guest, and to reciprocate and bring them over to Rockledge.
There's no question about that, absolutely. However, tied into the member guest, we also raise money. And one of our charities in town, if you will, that the Men's Club works to raise money for is the West Hartford Food Pantry. So the food pantry is a direct beneficiary of running the member guest. So I think that's just a great event. And then we'll end the year with as we do in the spring, with a big opener. We'll end the year with a closer event. We also do have, as our final event of the year in November, is what's called Greenskeeper Revenge, as well as a benefit once again for the food pantry. So where people play in that, and once again, the whole idea of that event is to raise funds for the West Hartford Food Pantry.
Excellent, excellent. So starting this year, some of the rules of golf have changed to help simplify the game and speed up play. Can you tell us what some of those rules are?
Sure, Bob. So there was, as you said, the USJ, excuse me, and the R&A really got together and a couple of years ago, and their intent was to try and simplify the rules of golf, as well as speed up play. One of the things that people that are looking to start playing golf get confused about, and it's been said, is the rules, and that it takes too long to play. So that was the intent. First of all, of what the USJ and the R&A were trying to do here. So I'll just run through a few of these,
Sure.
The changes of the rules, for those of you that are golfers and may not have been aware of these changes that actually went into effect on January 1st of this year. So there is no penalty now for accidentally moving the ball on a putting green. So if you've put your ball down and you accidentally hit it, you didn't mean to hit it, you can replace the ball, and there is no penalty there. There's a new procedure for dropping the ball. You know, those of us that have been playing the game for a while remember when we used to drop the ball over our shoulder, and then the rule was changed so you dropped it from shoulder height.
Shoulder height.
The rule now, as we've seen probably on TV from watching some professional events, is that you drop from knee height instead of from shoulder height. In speeding up play, one of the things that's changed is you used to be able to search for a lost ball for up to 5 minutes. And that has now been reduced to 3 minutes. Once again, as I said, to try and speed play up.
Sure.
Around the green, there used to be a rule that said you could not fix things like a spike mark from your shoes or some of the imperfections on the green. Where now you are allowed to do that. And that's just kind of a common sense thing. So it will help everybody. Touching the line where you were putting on the green, you were not supposed to directly touch that line, and with the new rules of golf, you can now touch that line on the putting green. Probably one of the biggest changes in and around the putting green is you can now leave the flag stick in when you're putting on the green. I'm sure we've all gone out for maybe a 9-hole round after work or late on a weekend day. And just either by yourself with one other person, you're trying to get around, you just get on the green, you putt, you don't take the flag stick out. Well, now with the new rule, you can leave the flag stick in all the time if you prefer. And we've certainly once again seen on TV with professional golf that some of the players are leaving it in and some are taking it out, and it certainly there's a variance in what the philosophy there with the players. There's also been some terminology changes. What were once called hazards, like water hazards and things like that, are now called penalty areas. There's also a few significant changes when you're in a penalty area, where it used to be where when you went into a penalty area, you could not ground your club. You could not move what's called a loose impediment, where now you're allowed to do both. You can touch the ground with your club, you can remove loose impediments, rocks, things like that. In fact, you can take a practice swing in a penalty area. So that's certainly going to take some getting used to.
For sure.
For those of us that have played the game for a while. And then in a bunker, or a sand trap. Once again, it used to be when in that bunker or sand trap, you could not move anything in there, any rocks, loose impediments, etc. Well, now you can remove those. And part of that's a safety issue, or if there's rocks and things. The other major change is grounding of your club. So if you were walking into a bunker and you were carrying your club, you could not touch the ground with your club. If you did, it was a penalty. Now you're allowed to touch the ground with your club, as long as you're not testing the sand to help you. So that is once again is not a penalty. Now you still cannot, however, touch the ground when you're actually swinging, nor can you take a practice swing in a bunker, as opposed to, as we talked about, a penalty area, taking a practice swing. So that is that is certainly a change. And perhaps one of the major changes is once again going back to why the rules were being changed to speed up play and simplify, is ready golf. I know that when you and I play, and other people that we play with out at Rockledge, we like to play ready golf. Get to your ball and just and hit the ball. You're not waiting for the person with the honors or the person that's necessarily farthest away from the hole. You're just playing. But certainly there's a lot of people with the etiquette in the game that they will defer to and let the person farthest away play first, or the person on the tee box that got the lowest score on the previous hole to hit the ball first. Well, the USGA is saying with these new rules that let's just get up and let's just play.
Sure.
Get to your ball and hit your ball, and let's move it just again to keep going. And I know you've said to me before, if you can save 20 seconds here, 30 seconds there, and you multiply that out by 4 people in a foursome, and you multiply by 18 holes, well, all of a sudden you're saving some real time.
Sure.
In a round of golf.
So that's great, Kevin. There's a lot of new rules this year, and I think collectively, if you're playing golf and you implement a lot of these rules from group to group to group, all of a sudden everybody's rounds got a lot shorter. It could be 10, 15 minutes difference. So it's going to be very interesting to see how everything works out this year.
Bob, there's one other new rule that we should mention, because this may have a direct impact as well on players at Rockledge. And that's where the USGA is giving the option to clubs on areas that have been traditionally marked as out of bounds, to mark those as penalty areas. And as you and I both know from playing at Rockledge for a long time, there are several holes that run along the perimeter of the golf course. And with some of them, there's some confusion with some areas that are marked partially as penalty areas now, and as out of bounds. So the men's and ladies club will be in discussions with both Rich Crow and Al to discuss perhaps changing some of those areas that are currently marked as out of bounds, moving them over to penalty areas. And once again, that should speed up play as well.
Okay, great. So Kevin, we have a sponsorship program in place for many years. For our viewers in town who have businesses, can you tell us how they can get on board and the benefits that they can receive?
Absolutely, and the sponsorship program was put in place with the men's club several years ago to give exposure to businesses both in town and out of town through Rockledge and through the 300 plus members of the Rockledge Men's Club, in addition to getting them exposure on our website as well. And also, to be very candid, to raise money that we use for our tournament fund, and to try and keep our annual dues as low as possible. By becoming a sponsor, first of all, if you're interested in becoming a sponsor, you can go to rockledgemensclub.com. There's a sponsors page. You can download a sponsorship application.
Great.
Steve Shimbab, who is our first vice president, is in charge of the sponsors program. His name and his phone number, et cetera, are listed right there, and you can contact Steve. But by becoming a sponsor, you become a title sponsor of one of our events. You get listed on the website as the title sponsor for that event. You also have T signs that go up for that event as well. You get one complimentary membership into the Rockledge Men's Club itself, or an adult member. You get your logo and a hyperlink, once again, on the website, and all of that is only $275. So it really is a great value. Many of our sponsors offer discounts to our members at their various businesses. And just a quick listing of some of the companies that were sponsors in 2018: Cricket Press here in town, Bolorama in Newington, Hager Computers from right here in town, Woodland Auto Body in East Hartford, Park Tavern and the Beachland Tavern, both part of the Beachland Group, and and of course Chip Cohn, who now runs the Rockledge Grill, as well as a sponsor. YHB Investment Advisors from right here in town, Butterfly Restaurant down on Farmington Avenue, Rich Crow, who obviously is our PGA head professional out at Rockledge, OFI Office Furniture, Guilford Coin Exchange, the Keating Agency Insurance, Shearn Hilborn, Funeral Home here in town, Great Taste Chinese Restaurant in New Britain, Logan Steele, and as well as attorney Alan Schumann. And once again, to learn more about the sponsorship program, if you go to rockledgemensclub.com, click on the sponsorship link, and people can learn all about that program.
Oh, that's terrific. A lot of sponsors.
There are.
Okay,
You never have enough, though.
Yeah, right. So our viewers may be aware that the greens fee schedule has changed at Rockledge for the upcoming golf season. So Kevin, can you tell us what's changed and why?
Sure. So there's a couple of changes that have been happened at Rockledge this year over the winter. And to be candid, obviously the rounds of golf, not only at Rockledge, but at other courses in the area, have been decreasing. There is a lot more what I'll call inventory in the area. A lot was built up in the late 90s, early 2000s, the Tiger impact or Tiger effect, if you will. So there's a lot of courses, a lot of choices that people have to pay. And so what the town looked at was, how do we make Rockledge more competitive with all of those golf courses? And what they came up with was a single daily rate. So you can still buy your season tickets, okay, as many people do, whether you're a resident or a non-resident. And there were nominal increases in the season ticket price, season ticket fees. I think extremely reasonable. But instead of having, for your daily fee, instead of having a residence rate and a non-residence rate, we went to a single fee daily rate. So whether you're a resident or non-resident, you pay the same rate, which really simplifies things from a promotion standpoint, but also overall that it should hopefully increase the revenue that the golf course brings in and hopefully get the golf course back to where it was self-sustaining with the revenue. The other thing that also changed for those of us that do get starting times for the weekends, there used to be a lottery on Wednesday for Saturday and Thursday for Sunday. And that is now changing for moving up a day or back a day, however you want to look at it, to Tuesday for Saturday and Wednesday for Sunday. And the whole idea there is to make, once again, inventory available sooner to people that don't come to the lottery to get their starting times the weekend. So, you can call for a starting time, let's say Tuesday for Saturday. If you don't go to the lottery at 7 o'clock in the morning, you can call for a starting time at 8 o'clock on Tuesday instead of waiting until later on Wednesday. And once again, hopefully that will put us in a more competitive situation with other courses in the area.
I know I have the senior package for season ticket at Rockledge, and it's one of the best deals in the world, so you should check it out at the Rockledge Golf Shop. Finally, our men's club has supported the West Hartford Food Pantry and junior golf for many years. Please tell us about the support we provide.
Sure. So as you said, those are the two organizations that we really try to raise money for. Junior golf is obviously very important, not only to the men's club, but important to golf in general. Getting people involved in playing golf, more people involved in the game, and the earlier you can get them involved, the better off it is. The town runs a great junior program over at Buena Vista with regular tournaments in the summer, and Rich and his staff doing a lot of teaching over there as far as with juniors. Well, we raise money through one of our tournaments, a junior golf fundraiser, and that money is donated directly to junior golf, and Rich spends it on the program the way that he and his staff need the money. So that's one way that the men's club helps out. We also have members of the men's club that volunteer to help out with those programs as well. So it's not just a financial donation. In addition, as we've talked about a couple times today already, is the West Hartford Food Pantry. And we raise money for the food pantry not only through our member guest tournament that we talked about, but also through our final tournament of the year, which is the Greenskeeper Revenge, which all of the money that we collect goes to donation to the food pantry. In addition to that, we actually set up a golf cart in the pro shop, and we encourage our members to bring down non-perishable food items in the weeks and days preceding that event. So we're both collecting financially, dollars for the food bank as well as actual food items. And we've also seen that our membership over the years has been extremely generous in not only donating for their fee for the tournament, which goes directly to the food bank, but in putting in additional funds that get donated to the food bank. And we're very happy that we've been able to raise several $1,000s for the food bank over the past few years, and hopefully we'll continue to do that for many years to come.
That's great. Yes, the food pantry, a real help to our residents here in West Hartford that need it. Well, everyone, this concludes our program. Thank you, Kevin, for all the insight you provided.
Thank you, Bob.
And on behalf of the Rockledge Men's Club, we thank the management and staff of the West Hartford Community Television for this opportunity. And we look forward to seeing you all at Rockledge. Bye-bye.